What is it like to be forging a career in what previously was a male-dominated profession?
It can be tricky, but I have found perseverance is key.
It's difficult, but it motivates us to prove people wrong.
It's great. All the law firms I've worked in, a majority have been women, so it's been fabulous.
I would like to forge a legacy in terms of not just being a woman in a male-dominated environment with working within football, but also a woman of colour, as well as being a single parent.
By showing women can do anything.
I think it's really important to bring everyone along the journey, making sure other women in the workplace feel seen, feel heard, feel like they have a seat at the table, don't feel like they need to shy away just because it's not the loudest voice in the room doesn't mean it's not the smartest, doesn't mean it's not the kindest, doesn't mean it's not someone that has a great idea, and making sure that everyone feels like they can speak up and are empowered to do so. That's really important.
It's really important in the workplace to ensure that you mentor many of the others, particularly those that are younger. It's also really important to work as part of a team and to encourage everybody and be as positive as you can.
I think we can definitely support each other by just acknowledging each other's strengths and definitely highlighting and showing people what other people can achieve.
Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
Okay. It was from Jessica Ouara, that at the time she was older than me playing for PSG, and she said, if you want to play, be better than me.
Be confident and trust your gut.
The best bit of advice I've ever received was from an old colleague of mine who said, you know, as a woman within the sporting world, it can be quite tough. And the best thing you can do is kind of keep asking for opportunities. So instead of kind of waiting for them to present themselves, unfortunately, as a woman, you have to work a bit harder to get yourself seen. So make sure that you go out of your way to ask for opportunities. So for example, if there's a big meeting happening and you want to be a part of it, ask to be a part of it. And you know, you might get a no 50% of the time, but actually people around you tend to want to support that. So if they know that you're interested and keen to kind of progress and learn, then they tend to respond quite positively. So yeah, definitely putting yourself out there and not being afraid to ask for opportunities.
Be confident and sassy.
Never give up and just keep chasing and you will reach your full potential.
To believe to yourself, because football is a dream for everyone, and you have good LC, you're on the pitch and you play to West Ham and in the best league in the world.
Never give up and remember that no dream is ever too big.
Stay confident, believe in your source and know that you know what you're doing and just do it with chest and keep moving.
Never give up on your dreams and aspirations.
Don't overthink it. Get out of your own head. I think forever in my career, I was constantly battling myself, and I was my biggest obstacle because as a woman especially, we overthink things. Was I too aggressive there? Was I too calm? Was I too, how did I make people feel? And sometimes you just have to get out of your own head.
Not being taken seriously as a woman.
So for me, it wasn't that hard because I was in Paris, and at this time I wasn't the only girl playing football. In my area, we were a lot of women playing football, so it was kind of okay and easy, even if I took time to realize that I was becoming like more and more professional, but that wasn't that hard for me.
Okay, balancing wanting a family and having a career.
I think one of the biggest challenges I faced in my career, especially being a younger female growing up in the industry, was that I'd walk into a room and almost every single time I worked in the NFL, and it was assumed that I was the cheerleader, and they would ask what room I needed to go change into my outfit. I think it's definitely gotten better, but it's a challenge that we continue to face to make sure that we're taken seriously and that we have a presence beyond what the old school, especially American kind of assumptions might have been.
I will say the last World Cup in Australia, because I think a lot of people watch it, and to have the opportunity to play and to feel the people, all of the fans there, the football who was playing, it was really wonderful, and I think it's good for women's football.
My memory that I can recall is the Women's FA Cup final at Wembley, having the opportunity to watch a team that I've followed the majority of their career within women's football, and watching them get to the final, although we didn't win, but it was a great achievement which will cement in my mind forever.
I think we would go with Michelle Obama. I think she's a great inspiration for women empowerment and women's rights and striking the right family work-life balances. I think it's also fitting to mention now with The Apprentice being launched, Karen Brady. I think she's a great female leader in the business sector.
Other men inspire me, especially those that are in positions that I know I can get to, and it gives me the challenge to know if they can do it, so can I.
Katherine Johnson, an American mathematician who put a man in space.
There are so many people who inspire me, from the women that stay at home and look after those children, to those women that go to work and juggle childcare alongside a very demanding job, to those who are sportswomen like Dame Kelly Holmes, who have had to overcome drama, adversity, chauvinism on her way to the top. You can achieve what you want to achieve despite all the difficulties you have to overcome.
The pressure and stereotyping from the media.
Balancing work and family.
In my career, when I started about 25 years ago, it was very male dominated, and I remember one day walking into court and finding a sea of faces of the male solicitors who were local, who were not particularly encouraging with the females that were coming into the profession. We have numerous brilliant barristers and solicitors who are female, who have again had to work very hard to climb up the ladder and who are very, very inspiring to those that want to come into the profession.
The biggest barriers for me, I would personally think, is confidence, not just within myself, but also to others. Portraying that confidence, the doubts that you have in your mind, listening to outside influences would be one of the biggest barriers for women.
Not enough female role models.
Be kind to yourself and others around you.
To be positive for each other.
Building each other up, not tearing each other down.
Positive affirmation, words of encouragement and pushing each other to be their best.
Good communication and forging positive relationships.
Thanks for the advice, everyone.